Jordan Belfort has responded to my allegations, and I want to talk about it. Some of you may know Jordan from The Wolf of Wall Street, which is based on his life as a scammer. More recently, he's in hot water for being involved in another scam, Omega Pro, and having money in a $500 million Ponzi scheme. Now, I reached out to Jordan about this ahead of time, and his team's response was that I was being wildly misleading. So even though it's not a big deal because he's kind of a small fish in this whole thing, I wanted to settle it because it's a little bit annoying when people tell me I'm taking them out of context when in fact, everything that I'm saying is completely correct. So we will be reading their whole response to me to make sure you get the full context. And I'll warn you in advance, they're gonna try to trick us. Let's start off right from the top. Hi, Jordan. My name is Coffeezilla. I'm an investigative journalist. I noticed you had a balance of $325,000 with Trader's Domain on September 20th, 2022 via your company, FutureGen LLC, and also participated as a paid spokesman of some kind for Omega Pro, both massive interconnected Ponzi schemes. And they said the following in response: Mr. Belfort is not, nor has ever been, a paid spokesman of Omega Pro. He actually declined their offer. Omega Pro hired Mr. Belfort to speak at two of their events about sales and entrepreneurship. I know you're confused. You think maybe I had a stroke. No, I'm reading it exactly how they said it. He says, I've never been hired as a paid spokesman, but I have actually gotten hired twice. Let me explain it to you. Spokesman means you're endorsing the business as a legitimate business, which Mr. Belfort obviously would never do.
So I'm not advising you to go out and find some get-rich-quick scheme, which this is not. It's a legitimate business, okay?
Not understanding how they're saying he's not a paid spokesman here since he was paid and seems to be a spokesman. Either way, they continue. These were two of over 150 events that Mr. Belfort spoke at that year, and he has never had any affiliation with the company and only vaguely knows what they do. And I had to laugh at this part because I'm just thinking to myself like, yeah, isn't it that funny moment we can all relate to when you're speaking at the biggest event of the year for a company in Panama and you have no idea what they do? Sounds really reasonable, guys. Sounds legit. In fact, during his speech with Omega Pro, he specifically stated that he was not there to speak about their business or making investments as he was unfamiliar with what they do. Now, it's at this point we're going to have to talk about Jordan's get-rich-quick claims, because that's another part of my question to them. Because in this speech, where he has no idea what the business is, Jordan claims you gotta get rich quick, which, you know, is a bit of a red flag when you're talking about a get-rich-quick scheme.
There's only one way to get rich in this world, and that is quickly. You gotta get rich quick.
Now, unsurprisingly, Jordan had an issue with the fact I said I was gonna play that clip. His team said in response, the above quote you provided is wildly misleading, as it is only the first half of the quote. The full quote from the transcript is below, and Mr. Belfort stands by it to this very day. And I'm going to jump to the second half of the quote because you've already read the first part. You got to get rich quick, okay? And the reason for that is because we live in a world that's far too expensive to get rich slowly. You can't get rich slowly over time. Between inflation and currency devaluations and all the hard work, by the time you get rich, it's too late. But I'm not talking about a get-rich-quick scheme. That's not what I mean. I'm not advising you to go out and find some get-rich-quick scheme, which is not a legitimate business. Now, I know what you're thinking. I just got roasted. I thought the same thing. I thought maybe I was wrong about Jordan Belfort. Poor guy is getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to talk about a company he knows nothing about, and he's being criticized for it? I mean, I couldn't believe it, what I had almost done, because I hadn't made the video yet, mind you. I was requesting for comment, and I was about to apologize when I actually watched the real video and remembered the full quote.
You gotta get rich quick, okay? And the reason for that is because we live in a world that's far too expensive to get rich slowly. You just can't get rich slowly over time between inflation and currency devaluations and all the hard work it takes. By the time you get rich, it's too fucking late. And I will tell you this is a fact. I'm not talking about a get-rich-quick scheme. That's not what I mean. So I'm not advising you to go out and find some get-rich-quick scheme, which this is not. It's a legitimate business, okay?
Did you catch it? Jordan's team has conveniently edited the quote From I'm not advising you to go out and find some get-rich-quick scheme, which this is not, meaning Omega Pro is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a legitimate business, okay? And they changed it to say this. So I'm not advising you to go out and find some get-rich-quick scheme, which is not a legitimate business. It's a totally different meaning. In one of them, you're endorsing the company. In the real one, you're calling it a legitimate business. In the fake quote that they provided me, all of that context is gone. I wonder why. Maybe it's because it shows that Jordan is at least pretending to know what this company does, because you wouldn't call something a legitimate business if you had no idea what they did, right? They also left out another part where Jordan tells the crowd, it's great that you all believe in Omega Pro, but don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Don't second guess it.
Just look f***ing around you. Who can smell money? Can you smell the money? Yes. Louder, can you smell it? Yes. Why is that? Why is that? Why is it that within this room right now, there is so much success, so much money being made? Why? Why is that? Well, a couple of things. Number one, there's a lot of belief in the room. You all believe in what you're doing. You believe in the cause. You've been making money yourselves. You've been able to convince others to do the same, to join up and to make money, right? That's what's going on here. So there's belief. But I will tell you this. There's an old saying that we have in English. And that saying goes, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Meaning these types of moments in each one of your lives, they don't come along that often. They just don't.
This is insane. In fact, you could replace Omega Pro with literally any penny stock that Jordan was selling back in the day that he got arrested, and it feels like the same thing. The whole thing about there's so much money here. You believe. This is an incredible opportunity, but just don't look at it too closely. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. It's barely going to come back again. It's once in a lifetime. This is the same thing. It's the same scam. Just a new way to do it, right? It's just not penny stocks. It's this Omega Pro nonsense. And they had the audacity to leave that quote out, twist another quote, and then try to, get me to walk back what I was going to say? Now, finally, we're going to get to the last claim of mine, which is that Jordan had money locked in Trader's Domain, which once again, they told me that I was being wildly misleading about. But then they said this: as far as Trader's Domain goes, Mr. Belfort has no knowledge of Trader's Domain or any link that they may have had with Omega Pro, other than that a very close friend of his said that he was making a lot of money with a managed account, and he convinced Mr. Belfort to give this money manager a shot. So Mr. Belfort made a small speculative investment there of approximately $200,000. Small investment of $200,000? Who in their right mind? Look, bear in mind, this guy is like a scam professional, right? He did it for years. He then puts money in a thing that seems too good to be true, offshore Forex brokerage with zero research. Like, we're supposed to believe that? I mean, personally, I don't believe it. That Jordan Belfort is looking at this thing that looks like probably what he used to sell and goes, yeah, this seems like a good opportunity. According to them, quote, after a few months of seeing profits, Mr. Belfort felt that it was too good to be true and requested his money back. That's when the problem started. It took many months and constant legal threats to get back his original investment, which he eventually got back with a small profit. So he did make money. What are we wrong about? It's so funny. Like, they claimed I was being wildly misleading, but both of the things I'm alleging here, that he was publicly speaking for a get-rich-quick scheme and seeming to pitch it, basically, that's true. He also had money in Trader's Domain. Also true. He apparently made money with it, which we didn't even know. But also, we have to seriously interrogate whether Jordan knew nothing about Trader's Domain, just like we had to with Omega Pro, because they then say, quote, he then closed his account and that was that. He would be willing to discuss off the record more of what he suspects is happening there, as some of his friends were convinced to open up an account there by the same person, never got their money back. And just to be clear, despite this managed account offering Mr. Belfort a 10% override in any money he could bring in, he never recommended it to any other person because from the very beginning, he always considered it a speculative investment and had done no due diligence. Rather, he made the investment based on the word of a friend. Let me get this straight. Jordan knows nothing about Trader's Domain, no due diligence. But if we talk off the record so that I can't say what he says, he's claiming he's going to explain what's happening. Are you kidding? Hey, listen, I know nothing about this, but if we go behind closed doors, I'll explain the whole thing. That doesn't make any sense. Well, that's nonsense. I mean, look, this whole thing is ridiculous. And of course, the reason I'm talking about this is not because Jordan was like the big player in all this. He was not by a long shot. I only bring up his response as an exemplary way that these influencers and speakers, they just want to have it both ways. Look, they want to make all the money when they speak, right? All the money. Wild speaking fees of hundreds of thousands of dollars, supposedly. And then when it all goes wrong, they want to be held to zero accountability. Or to put it another way, they don't want you to look a gift horse in the mouth, even when it bites you.
You already paid me, right?